Welcome back, everyone. The wait is finally over, and today we dive deep into what every fan has been eagerly anticipating, a full breakdown of the upcoming football season. That's right, we're going to analyze, predict, and give some bold takes on every single matchup our team will face this year. Now, if you're anything like me, the offseason has felt way too long. Those months without football, pure torture. But here we are with fresh schedules and storylines heating up and a whole lot to talk about. So buckle up because we've got a lot to cover. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of game predictions, there's a little backstory I need to share. A few days ago, before the league made the official schedule release, there was a bit of a leak. Nothing too scandalous, but just enough for us to get a sneak peek at what's coming. Normally, preseason matchups are kept under wraps until the league decides to unveil them, but this time, we had an early look, and from what we've seen is going to be an intense few weeks of preparation. The first preseason clash is set for August 8th. That's a Saturday showdown against a familiar opponent. Leading up to that game, both teams are scheduled to hold joint practices, which always adds a bit of spice. There's something about those shared sessions that brings out the competitive fire. You get the intensity of a real game, but with the chippy energy of scrimmages. After that, our team will spend a focused week at a specialized training facility, sharpening every aspect of their game before returning home for the final tune-ups. Then, they'll wrap up the preseason with 2 more games, one on August 16th, our home game, and another under the bright lights of a Friday night set for 8 p.m. Eastern. That last one should be a fun dress rehearsal before things get serious. But now, let's move on to what really matters, the regular season. For those who might have missed the big reveal, let me catch you up. Week 1 kicks off in primetime Thursday night with a high-profile battle. It's always a challenge to start the season against a tough opponent, and this year is no exception. Week 2 shifts us to a 1 p.m. slot, a classic afternoon game. Then in week 3, the team hits the road for a 4:25 kickoff, a matchup that could have serious playoff implications down the line. Week 4 brings the team back home for Sunday Night Football, facing an opponent that has given them trouble in the past. It's going to be a true test early in the season. As we progress into weeks 5 and 6, the schedule doesn't get any easier. Both weeks feature away games, each kicking off at 1 p.m. Central Time. Traveling back-to-back is always grueling, both physically and mentally, but it's also an opportunity to build some momentum. Week 7 marks a return home with a 4:25 game, offering a chance to reset and refocus. In week 8, it's back on the road, and then week 9 delivers another marquee matchup, a home game under the lights of Monday Night Football. That primetime atmosphere never gets old, and you can be sure the stadium will be rocking. A pivotal moment in the schedule comes in week 10 with the team's bye week. And let me tell you, getting a bye at this point in the season is a blessing. Nobody wants a bye in week 6 or 7. It feels too early, like you're just hitting your stride and suddenly have to stop. But a week 10 bye, that's when bodies are sore, the mental grind is real, and every extra day of rest matters. Coming out of the bye, week 11 throws us right back into the spotlight with another Monday night clash. If you followed the schedule leaks, this was one of the games that got confirmed, and it's shaping up to be a statement game. Week 12 will be no less important. A high-stakes matchup awaits. Another 4:25 kickoff, which feels like a perfect slot for a marquee battle. Then comes Thanksgiving week, week 13, and as tradition dictates, the team will be suiting up on Turkey Day. There's something special about those Thanksgiving games, the whole country watching while families gather around the table. And this year's opponent will surely bring the fireworks. Week 14 presents a tough Thursday night road game. The short weeks are brutal, but that's the reality of NFL scheduling. The following week, week 15, the team gets a primetime Sunday night game at home, a chance to defend their turf under the national spotlight. By week 16, the playoff picture will be taking shape, and every snap will carry that much. More weight. Week 17 has a special twist this year. A Christmas Day game on the road. Can you imagine? Spending Christmas watching your team battle it out, hopefully bringing home a gift of victory. And finally, week 18 remains flexible, with the opponent known but the exact date and time to be determined depending on how the playoff races shake out. That's the roadmap for the season. But now comes the fun part, predictions. Let's go week by week, starting with that week 1 Thursday night opener. The odds are already out, with our opponents favored by a touchdown. It's going to be a tough battle, no doubt, but I've got a feeling this will be a competitive game. My gut says it'll end with a score of 28-20, a hard-fought game, but ultimately the reigning champions will likely edge it out. Moving to week 2, this matchup has an interesting twist. For the first time in over 2 decades, this game won't be in a prime time slot. Personally, I'm relieved. Sometimes it's good to fly under the radar and let the play on the field do the talking. Historically, the home team tends to have the upper hand in these battles, especially when key players are healthy. I expect that trend to continue this year. Week 3 is where things start to heat up. Both teams are considered playoff contenders, and this early season clash could have significant tiebreaker implications. I'm calling it now. The home team takes the win, but it'll be close. This will be a defining game for both squads. Then, in week 4, we've got a Sunday night football showdown against a rival that's always a thorn in our side. But I'm feeling optimistic. Playing at home under the lights with the crowd behind them, I predict a thrilling victory that sets the tone for the rest of the season. Week 5 brings a potential trap game. Every year there's that one matchup where overconfidence creeps in, and I have a hunch this might be the one. Facing a division rival that knows how to exploit weaknesses, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an upset here. History has shown that when expectations are high, weird things can happen. So I'm predicting a narrow loss in this one, bringing the team to 3 wins and 2 losses after 5 weeks. In week 6, it's time to bounce back. Facing an opponent that's still rebuilding, this is the kind of game where fundamentals and discipline take center stage. It might not be the most exciting game of the year, but it's a must-win. I'm going with a quirky final score, maybe 25-8, just for fun. Regardless of the numbers, the key is getting back on track, and I believe they will. That would put the team at 4-2 heading into a pivotal home game in Week 7. Week 7 features a clash against a rival with serious aspirations of shaking up the NFC East. Last year's meetings were far from pretty, but this time around, I expect a much more competitive game. Both teams have made adjustments, and I'm predicting a close, hard-fought battle with our team edging it out by a score of 26-23. That would bring the record to 5-2 after 7 weeks, a strong position heading into the heart of the season. Week 8 is a trip to Denver, and let me tell you, this won't be an easy one. Denver surprised a lot of people last season, making a playoff push, and they'll be looking to build on that momentum. Playing at altitude is never easy, and this is the kind of game that tests a team's toughness. If this matchup were at home, I'd lean towards a different result, but on the road, I think Denver takes it. That would put the team at 5-3 going into week 9. Before the bye, there's one more crucial game, a home clash against Arizona. This is the type of game you have to win if you're serious about making a playoff run. Arizona will be scrappy, but I don't see them as a real contender. Expect a bounce-back performance here with our team securing a much-needed victory. That would take them to 6-3, heading into the bye week, a solid foundation for the second half of the season. Coming out of the bye, week 11 features a primetime matchup against the Raiders. Memories of past battles come to mind, but this is a new year, and the Raiders are in a bit of a transition phase. While they'll be competitive, I don't see them having enough firepower to take down our team, especially coming off the extra week of rest. I'm predicting a solid confidence-building win here. Week 12 is another heavyweight battle, this time against Philadelphia. The rivalry speaks for itself. Every year, these two teams seem to split their meetings, especially when both quarterbacks are healthy. This one's at home, which gives a slight edge. After a short turnaround from Monday night to a Sunday afternoon game, it's going to be a grind, but I believe the team will pull through. That would bring their record to 8-3, a playoff spot within reach, but the schedule only gets tougher from here. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a move that has shaken the foundations of the NFL, superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes has officially announced his departure from the Kansas City Chiefs and accepted a blockbuster offer from the Dallas Cowboys. The unexpected transfer ends a historic chapter for the Chiefs. where Mahomes not only redefined the franchise, but also rewrote the record books and brought home multiple Super Bowl titles. Mahomes, widely regarded as one of the most talented and influential quarterbacks of his generation, had become synonymous with Kansas City. Since taking over as starter in 2018, he led the team to consistent playoff runs, earning Super Bowl MVP honors and a reputation for pulling off miraculous plays. His partnership with Coach Andy Reid was one of the most successful in recent league history, forming a dynasty that many believed would continue for years to come. However, sources close to the player suggest that Mahomes was seeking a new challenge, and the Cowboys, long considered America's team, presented an opportunity too enticing to turn down. The deal, reportedly one of the most lucrative in NFL history, will make Mahomes the centerpiece of a Dallas team hungry to reclaim its former glory. The Cowboys, who haven't reached a Super Bowl since the 1995 season, are betting big that Mahomes is the missing piece in their championship puzzle. In a statement released earlier today, Mahomes thanked the Kansas City organization, his teammates, and the fans for an unforgettable journey while expressing excitement for the new chapter with Dallas. Kansas City will always be a part of me, but I'm thrilled to take this next step with the Cowboys and help bring another championship to this storied franchise, he said. The move has sparked intense reactions across the sports world. Chiefs, NATO. Fans are grappling with the sudden loss of their iconic leader, while Cowboy supporters are celebrating the arrival of a generational talent. NFL analysts are already speculating on how Mahomes will fit into the Dallas system and whether this seismic change will tilt the balance of power in the league. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.